Hey, Dripping Springs. It is Ashley Tellis with another episode of Here's the Drip, and I have some returning guests. I think it's been right at a year since we last talked to Haley and Christy. How are y'all?
Really good, really good.
Yeah, doing really good.
Thanks so much for jumping on with me. Now, a year ago, y'all were in a different location. You had a different name, but I believe your mission and your product offerings are kind of similar. Would that be true?
Absolutely, absolutely. Our mission has always been to just have a quality creative product for the community and provide education and just informational support regarding cannabis, as well as advocating for this plant. So our mission and everything's always still like the same, but our badass brand is different. And now House of Jayne. House of Jayne.
And where are y'all located?
So we moved just down the street on Old Fitzhugh in the historic district. So we're right across the street. Most people know where Sidecar Tasting Room is, wine. So we're right across the street from that. So we've got a beautiful acre here. So the house is here that we currently office out of. And hopefully in the next few years, we'll be transitioning to a larger dispensary. And we've got some really amazing plans for this land. And again, the community being downtown Drip. I think it's going to be fun, because we want to be a destination. That was our whole deal with our rebrand from Trulevia to House of Jayne, right? Because we got over there in our new building and then COVID hit. And so Christy and I had a bunch of time to really kind of figure out exactly what we wanted our brand to look like, who we are as a company, what we're going to stand for. Because we're being right outside of Austin, we are just not Austin. It's definitely a different kind of clientele that we're working with and for and to and all of that stuff. And so we sat back and really were like, we like the whole, throw on Jane with Mary Jane. And then the whole house, we've been in several houses. This is our third house. And we kind of expanded on that and just had like some creative dumping happening. And it was more like, okay, how can we really kind of normalize cannabis, right? In your everyday use, because it truly has that. And so, House of Jayne was kind of born from that idea where, you can come in and like we'll have kind of a lounge area, and that's kind of where you think about more of the different bongs that you have or the pre-rolls and that sort of thing. And then the kitchen, and you're thinking about cooking up yummy edibles and some really kind of fun different things besides like just gummies, right? We want to get kind of creative and fun in that. And then you have the bathroom and the bedroom and sensual products, and just kind of making it a play of, hey, like this is all wellness, right? All for you to feel better with no side effects. And so yeah.
It's really about like creating that experience, really creating the experience when they come in, and just how can you, like Haley said, how can you utilize it in your everyday life but see that conceptually.
What does your typical customer look like? And I
I,
didn't ask them this question before, but it is a loaded question because I know what a typical customer looks like. It looks like me. But
yeah.
what are your most of your customers look like? What is a typical customer at House of Jayne?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same. It's moms, it's I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have our silver kind of clientele as well. But more, I would say it's the everyday mom who is tired, they're not sleeping, the kids, the just all the things. And again, Christy and I coming back, like, because there's so many different ways that you can take it, whether it's going to be D8, whether it's going to be CBD, whether it's going to be night, gummies, flower, vape, like, it's really kind of talking to the client and figuring out exactly kind of what's going to work for that specific client. And that's what's remarkable about the cannabis industry right now, is it's really kind of gearing towards very specific items, with creating formulations that are for sleep, specifically for stress. We've got this new one in that is daytime, and it is legit, like focus. It's amazing.
And what tell me a little bit about your product. So you said, CBD, D8, this, that. Are you selling bombs, tinctures, everything? What are y'all selling the most of?
We essentially have a little bit of everything from, like what you said, tinctures, flour, edibles, gummies, to topicals, beauty, etc. Um, the thing that's really hot right now is our Delta 8. We have good kind of gummies. We have other products that we're going to shortly be bringing in just to have a little bit more variety. There is a place for Delta 8 like there is for CBD, CBN, CBG, you know, all the cannabinoids, minor, major, you name it, terpenes. When you have hospice nurses coming in seeking, you know, how can we help in this or that, or how can we utilize in this or that way for alternatives, you know, it's going to make us want to, you know, really carry anything and everything that we possibly can that can benefit our community. But right now it's the Delta 8. It's the Delta 8. And what that is,
what is Delta 8?
Delta 8 is one carbon molecule off of Delta 9, which is currently illegal within above 0.3 in the state of Texas. If you're familiar with hemp in the state of Texas, all hemp has to be below a 0.3 Delta 9 THC level. So Delta 8, it is derived from hemp. And with that being legal, we're capable of purchasing, using, consuming currently. And so it's, I'd say it's, we call it like a weed light.
Okay.
Where, you know, it can really, like, you know, maybe like replace for those who are maybe looking to pull back from maybe alcohol or other things, or just, you know, eat a corner and uplift your day a little bit if it's a little rocky or stressful. And again, all of our products have the capability of doing that. It's just really finding what's best for you.
Mm-hmm. If I understand correctly, and chances are I probably don't, but I think hemp had a big year in 2020 in Texas. Is that true?
Yeah, it did. I mean, so 2020 was the first year that farmers were allowed to even farm hemp. And so we got to be a part of Tejas Hemp grow this year. And it was an amazing adventure, I'll say. Learned a lot. Yeah, learned a lot and from Aaron and all of them, and even just kind of seeing how that all worked. But I'm a part of the Texas Hemp Coalition, and they have been lobbying and working for the farmers in this legislative session to do numerous things. Unfortunately, legislation did not go as well as we hoped. Luckily, Delta 8 did not get banned, but unfortunately, Texas is just going to be slower than all the other ones on the cannabis front, but we're happy with hemp. Delta 8 honestly is holding up a lot of the retail stores, you know, and people are wanting it. And so that to me was a really good outcome that it did not get banned, because we all thought there was a really, really strong possibility of it getting banned. So, you know, and again, it just comes back to fear and misconception, you know, about it. So that's what Christy and I come back for, educating, you know, and trying to tell people, you know, this is intoxicating. So start small, you know, and you can adjust your dose as you go up. It's a really beautiful thing. But our clients have come back every week, some of them, and they're loving it, you know, and they're feeling a difference. So what's wrong with that?
Well, I couldn't say. I don't see a problem. What are your hours of operation, so folks who have never been by can come find you?
Yeah, thank you.
Currently, we're open Monday through Thursday, 10 to 7. We're open Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3.
Awesome. So the only day you're closed is Sunday, is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we try to the later hours, and
right?
Yeah, it's working out well though, you know, and having the Saturdays, and yeah, it's working out really good. Our extended hours, we're excited.
Awesome. And would you say, you know, the first time we talked was smack in the middle of COVID. You know, I was afraid to walk into buildings at that point, but now we're on the other side of that. Has House of Jayne recovered from everything that happened with COVID, and how are things looking in the business now?
I
Well,
think so. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we're growing every single day, really trying to find our niche, and how that looks to get the education to the right people, and having gatherings now. That's going to be a big thing of ours, because ladies want to get together, even if it's for like 20-30 minutes, relax. Christy and I have some fun things planned. So yeah, so we are recovering. I think we got very lucky whenever we purchased this property and got this house, and we were very lucky, one of the lucky businesses. But yeah, it's people are ready to get out and about, and you know
Definitely, definitely.
support local.
Well, ladies, if there's any way I can continue to support House of Jayne, I'm all in. Y'all just tell me what you need. I got you.
oh, you're
Yeah.
doing an incredible job, Ashley. We appreciate you so much.
Likewise, likewise. I'm a huge fan of your shop. I think it's just such an amazing addition to Dripping Springs, and I'm so excited to see y'all thriving after what the blows of the pandemic kind of dealt everyone. So thank y'all for being here. Before we sign off for the day, was there anything else you'd like to share with our community?
Just stay tuned, follow us. We're going to have some cool events, and hopefully we can be a part of the Singer-Songwriter Festival happening in October. I think this community is amazing and really comes together. So I would just say stay tuned, because we do have some exciting stuff coming up.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. Well, y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Bye.